and someone should backhand this Titan back in line with the others. And why? Because it's got supposed to have a weak chassis. It's supposed to be not strong. So here's me sitting down thinking, when are they going to talk about Titanfall? Where is the update? Not just in-game. I would die if there was an in-game update. Imagine they rebalanced one last time in preparation for Titanfall 3. Because there's nothing wrong with tweaking some things here that you may be thinking about doing over there. This is my question to Respawn right now though. This is really my only question that I want answered, and I think it would explain a lot. At the beginning of the game, during the beta, when the game was super slow, was that serious? Or was that something you intended to like change right away and just be like, yeah, we knew it was a little slow, we just wanted to see if you guys were even paying attention? Is that what that was? Considering how spaced apart the maps were for you not to catch this, kind of scares me, because I think that the only unanimous thing that this community can agree on is that a fast Titanfall is a good Titanfall. And no one's ever gonna agree on what Titanfall 3 should be. All I know is that it's probably going to be pretty good if they just stick to their core mechanics. And most people are talking about like first person animations versus third person, like the little things, like those things don't really matter. The bare bones of Titanfall has always been the mobility system and very tight gun control. Ordnance, yes. Burn cards, craziness, crazy Titans, you know, like it's a really complicated game, yet it's set on just a few basic principles. What I want for Titanfall 3 is just innovation. You want to keep continuously pushing forward and trying to get somewhere that someone else hasn't gotten before. And they're like, we've done that. We've got a great mobility system, and I know you do. I can't understand how people don't just fall in love with it after trying it. But back to talking about updates. Well, there is none. There is nothing out there right now. All there is speculation. So you know what? I'm gonna fill up this time with my own thoughts about the game. And just the most common ones. If I go on the internet right now and check this out, doing some hardcore research. Now I'm actually just banging on the number pad. But I think one thing that's important in any game is obviously the balance of the weapon. And again, if they stay to the core mechanics, they'll be fine. Amped weapons, they've learned 30 seconds, still completely lethal when you put into perspective against the sentry. Yeah, they're pretty damn even. One guy's moving so hard and then this guy's doing this, you know? Like, sorry buddy. This guy's been trying to grenade me all game. Good thing there's no friendly damage. I think you should leave out friendly damage in a game this fast. If not, you're gonna constantly blow up your own teammates or run them over. And start opting in mic. I know people are like, I don't want to listen to squeakers. Like, come on, man. Most people are pretty cool, and I'd rather you have to opt out than people like just never even find out the joy. Like, there's so many people that are like, what? The mic works like this, especially in Titanfall. In lobbies, people forget about the right. Pulling the right trigger all the time. I know in PC you guys type, you know, we rely on our voice boxes here. I'm gonna grenade you. Everyone's off to the races to grenade me.
That pilot stepped into the wrong ring. Perfect. Good win, pilot.
Some more speculation from me. All right, let's see. Movement. I don't know why you'd ever want to make movement harder. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, people are saying like the old system took more skill. Well, you know what? I don't think that's where the skill should come. Like, I think like it's enough work to work the mobility here. Yes, once you figure it out, it's great because that should be the goal. So then you can actually take advantage of all the terrain. And then people are gonna counter with like the map suck. It's like, okay, man, like they're not great. Vanilla Titanfall 2 was pretty lacking on the map department, but they rounded out pretty good by bringing in some of the old ones. You know, overall, I don't think people should have to go through all that hassle just to mobilize themselves. I think the true beauty of the game is being able to do it, and then it's choosing the path, right? And now I sound like I'm doing a car commercial, but it's not. It's a commercial for Titans. It's what drives you, or should I say, what slices. That was pretty casual. He was just hanging out there and he's like, hey, can you get this, something's itching my back. Get the fly swatter. And someone should backhand this Titan back in line with the others. And why? Because it's got supposed to have a weak chassis. It's supposed to be not strong because you have a block. So this Titan just has like no real downside. Almost caught him. This is awfully delayed, but this is one of those tricks where, you know, how much shield do you get? You know what scares me the most? When I'm in one of those bubbles and some guy does a nuclear eject and I'm like, I don't know. That's a scary, scary tense moment. Back to Titanfall updates. What do we want? We want cool Titans. Come on, like, we want permanent flyers and they're just like flies, so you can just swat them down. What about guys that are really slow, like little tanks, maybe even on tracks, really hard angles, super slow, hit really hard, you know, really big cooldowns. There's, like, come on, all the foundation is there. That's all I've always been saying about Titanfall, that it already has all the building blocks. Everything you need to make a great game is there. You know that feeling when you lose your Titan when you weren't even in it and you died trying to get to it? Oh, you tried. Oh, I just got jacked up, but I got held up. And I didn't want to make this video too long because I don't think I want to go over everything individually. You know, I think that discussion is better had in a round table fashion. I'd actually be really interested in doing a podcast with some people, so if somebody's interested in that, leave a comment below. I'd like to get a good group of people and just have a discussion and kind of see where we get, just in order to see how other people's views differ from your own and how they perceive balance, because I used to rage about the sentry gun and then I'm like, my amped weapons absolutely destroys people. It is extremely strong and it lets me one-shot sentries anyways, right? So it's almost like its own counter. So when you think about balance like that, it really kind of puts things into perspective, but I'd like to bounce these kind of ideas off of other people. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. Paper, cut to you. Leave a comment, leave a like, why not? And I'll see you guys next time.